Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Now in my previous class we discussed about the format of formal letters. As promised to you, today we are going to discuss all about invitation letters. All about but step by step. For this particular video, we are going to discuss the format and the different types of invitation letters. So we have, as you know, we have two types of formal invitation letters and one type of informal invitation letter. So without wasting time, let's dive right now so that we never make a mistake ever again. So let's find out. Okay, so let us start with the invitation letter. The invitation letters can be of two types. One is formal letter, another is informal letter. Now again, the formal letters can be of two more types. So let us first understand what are the two types of formal letters. But before that, I request you all to please read the questions whenever you get a question in your exam hall. Please read the question because it is important for you to identify whether you have to write a formal letter or an informal letter. First thing. Secondly, if you understand that you have to write a formal letter, in that case, you have to also identify what type of formal invitation letter you have to write. Okay. So here see there are two types of formal invitation letters. One is an invitation letter that you're writing to a VIP. In the sense, for example, you want to invite that VIP as a chief guest or some other requirement, but he is a VIP or she is a VIP and you are going to write to a single person, then it will be a different type. It will be in the format of a letter. Here, this is the format. In this format, in the format of a letter. Now, in the second type, you are inviting a large number of people. For example, you are holding a marriage ceremony at home. Then you are definitely inviting a whole number of people. So in that case, you will be making a card type of invitation letter. Okay. So let's check this now. So what we have here, let us start with the letter format where we are inviting a VIP or a single person. In this case, we know that we have to write in the format of a formal letter. So a formal invitation letter where we are inviting a single person, we will write the sender's address, then we are going to write the recipient's address. And between that, we are of course going to write the date. Like we know in any kind of formal letter, we write the date in between the sender's address and the recipient's address. After that, we are going to start with sir or madam, respected sir, madam, or we can also start with respected or dear, the name of the person, depending on whether the name has been given in the question or not. Okay. Now, if you are writing sir, madam, respected sir, madam, that means we don't know the name of the person. Then we are going to write yours truly. And if we are going to write the name of the person, dear so and so, then we are going to write yours sincerely. That this particular thing I have already explained in the previous video. Of course, then we are going to sign off with yours sincerely or yours truly, depending on the question. The question will tell us what we have to sign off with. Then comes of course, we have to include the subject in a formal invitation letter, which you are writing to a single person. Okay. And secondly, in most cases, you can take it for granted that we are going to write yours sincerely because the name of the invitee, that is the name of the guest, is mostly given. If it is not given, then you write yours truly. Okay. The body of the letter will be written in first person plural. Now, first person plural means we have to write we have to use words like we are inviting, we would like to take the opportunity, something like that. Then, of course, we include date, time, venue of the event, the program details. And also another thing we have to include is we have to explain why we are inviting the person, the invitee to whom we are writing to, why we have selected him, why we want him as the chief guest, or to inaugurate the function, why we are requesting him to, why we have selected him as an invitee. This is something which we have to write. We could also, in case we are not a very famous kind of an organization which people might not know about, then we can also, put 2 lines to talk about who we are, like a little bit about the organization or a little bit about the program that we are hosting. So this much, one or 2 lines will be sufficient to write in the introduction part, when we are beginning the letter. We'll come to that. The name of the organizer will come in the end section. Okay, that is where we are signing off. We are going to write the name of the organization. But when we are inviting a large number of people, we discussed that we will be doing it in a card format. We will be writing the invitation letter in a card format. But in both these cases, whether we are writing in a letter format or a card format, we have to make a box around the letter, okay? Around the letter or the card. Now, in the card format, we don't give the address of the sender or the receiver, but we give the venue. We have to definitely give the venue. But we don't write the address or like we do in the letter format. Now, the name of the invitee is also not given. Neither the name of the host is given in a way like the way we give here. We don't sign off as such, but we put it in a different way. Like, how do we put it? We end with an RSVP. On the left hand side corner, we write RSVP, then the name of the host or the name of the person who is inviting, and then we also give the contact number. Why do we give the contact number? Because when we are writing RSVP, we are expecting the guest is going to, we are requesting the guest to, reply back whether the person has accepted the invitation or not. So how is he going to reply back? If he has to reply back, he would need a contact number. So that's why we include the contact number. Okay, now at the body part, how do we write? We write it in third person plural format. We use words like in third person plural. The pronouns that we use in third person plural. So what is it? Like, we could say they. Third person plural means they. Okay. Another important thing, like in the letter format, we have to include the date, time, and venue of the event, because these are very important. If we don't give this, the program details and schedule, anything that important, any special guests that we are inviting. So all these things have to be included because these are important things. The invitee has to know these things in order to be present at the right place at the right time. Also, the name of the organization here will come at the top. In this case, it is coming at the end, but in this case, it will come at the top. Okay. Now let us come to the informal letter. In the informal letter, if I am a single person and I am writing to another single person, I'm not inviting the public, I am writing to some friend or some relative, then how are we going to write it? Now this will be in the format of a personal letter format. So that I'm going to discuss. It is almost the same as the format is very similar to the formal letter format, but there are small differences. Okay, so what we do here is that we begin with dear. Specifically, we write dear and then we write the name of the person. The first name of the person, we don't write the surname of the person. Also, we only include the sender's address. In this case, we don't include the recipient's address like we do in the formal letter. Also, we write in the pronouns that we use are in first person or second person, like I, you, these types of pronouns are used. We don't add any subject in an informal letter also. Secondly, when we end, we don't end with yours sincerely or we don't end with yours truly, because these are very formal words. We end with warm regards or lovingly, something like that. Okay, any of these two you can use. And the tone of the letter will be very, very relaxed and informal. Okay, like you can put exclamation signs, you can put words like I'm excited, I'm happy. So these words we don't use in formal letters. So you can use any kind of informal letters, but definitely you don't use any kind of slangs. And also it is, you can use a little bit of, short forms, but don't put too much of, all your all the words that you use, lol and rofl. It's better not to use them, but short forms you can use. Okay. Secondly, you can show your emotions while you're writing the letter. Writing a formal letter, you can show your emotions. If you're happy, you can talk about it. If you're sad about something, you talk about it. So it's a very personal kind of a letter. It's not a formal letter, remember. So words have to be like that. And when you are signing off, after warm regards or lovingly, you will just write your first name. Don't write the full name, because you're writing to your friend or your relative, and there is no formality here. This is all about the types of invitation letters that we have. Two types of formal letters and one type of informal letter. Now in my next video, I'm going to share you some samples along with questions, and you'll get a very good idea about what we discussed here and how we are implementing the same things in the letters there. Okay, so see you in my next video. Till then, goodbye. Please subscribe to my channel, and also if you like my videos, comment on my videos, and of course keep a smile and keep studying.